Okay, time for part 2. Yeah, if you haven't seen part 1 of my Q&A, I really recommend you check that out first. Okay? Alright, let's move on. This question comes from Adams Wee. Which games is the best that you've played on your PS3? Sorry, dude, don't have a PS3, but I can tell you the games that I'm interested in. The games are Sonic 06, despite the fact that everyone hates that game. Sonic Unleashed, MotorStorm, the Ratchet & Clank games, Infamous, Batman Arkham Asylum, Spider-Man 3, the MotorStorm sequel, Uncharted, Uncharted 2, and I guess Guns of the Patriots. Yeah. I guess Guns of the Patriots will be another game that I was interested in. So, I hope that kind of answers your question, but the main answer is I don't have a PS3 in real life yet. Sorry. Alright, question 2. Which Sonic games that you like and dislike? Okay. The games I like are Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis, although I played it through the Sega Genesis collection for the PSP. Same goes with Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Both are ridiculously challenging. I mean, with Sonic the Hedgehog, I can only get to Act 3 of Zone 2, Marble Zone. Yeah, that's as far as I went. I got as far as I think the 5th zone in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So yeah. Another game that I like is Shadow the Hedgehog. And yes, you could tell by my channel description that I absolutely love Shadow the Hedgehog. It's one of my all-time favorite games. I like Sonic Unleashed, even though I played it on the PS2. And Sonic Rider Zero Gravity was a pretty good racing game, starring Sonic. So, yeah. And the Sonic Rivals games were pretty good. I wasn't going to expect much on the PSP, because PSP is different than a PS2. It's a handheld, yeah. Anyway. The games I dislike are, well, I've heard a lot about Sonic and the Secret Rings, and I have a bad feeling because I heard a lot about the motion controls on the Wiimote sucks. I watched Game Trailer's review on it, but I have yet to try that out. I don't really care for Sonic Riders, even though I did find it to be a pretty good game. I don't care about it as much as I used to. I mean, the controls weren't really too tight. But the game I hated the most of all from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise has got to be Sonic Heroes. Now, I could talk a lot about Sonic Heroes, but I'm just going to say the controls were awful, the camera was uncooperative, glitches were everywhere, frame rate was bad, clippings in the graphics, and graphic faults. Yes, I played the PlayStation 2 version. That's the only console I had at that time, so yeah. I've heard that the GameCube version is superior, but I really don't give a shit. I hated the voice acting in the game, despite the fact that voice acting doesn't matter in the game. The voice acting was absolutely god-awful, as well as the writing. It was so piss-poor. So, yeah. I could talk for hours about how bad, in my opinion, Sonic Heroes is. I absolutely hate what I made up. I've always hated it, and I always will. It's an overrated song, in my opinion. It's not a very good song, in my opinion, so sorry. I hate Team Sonic's theme, and I hate Team Rose's theme, and I hated the main theme. I liked Team Dark's theme, Fist Machine, and Team Chaotix's theme, Team Chaotix. Those were the only good ones. The music was pretty decent. Some were not as good as I wanted it to be, but they were pretty good. Okay, so yeah. Alright, third and final question from him. Are you going to get Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing? The answer is yes. If I do get a PS3, and I do got a Wii, so the answer is yes. I am planning on getting that game sometime. So yeah. Okay, the character I like to play as most is Shadow, as you know. Yeah, I'm a Shadow the Hedgehog fan. Alright. Alright, next question comes from Spider926. Okay, he has only one question. How does it feel to be back with making videos again? It feels really good. I mean, I haven't made a video in a week, so, since the day, 1 day ago, so yeah, 1 or 2 days ago, so yeah, it feels pretty good to make a video again, so yeah. Alright, that's it from him. Okay, next question comes from Hedgehog700. Why do you hate being called a jackass? Well, in real life, it's not that I hate to be called a jackass, but it's something I made up for my character, Chief Shadow the Hedgehog. That's a part of his backstory, which I will reveal in the near future, so... I don't hate being called a jackass in real life, but for my character, it offends him. So it's part of his backstory. So yeah, okay. All right. His second question is, what influenced you to become a spriter? Well, a couple of people have inspired me to become a spriter. First has to go to Kudu17. His sprite videos were absolutely funny. I liked Shadow beating up Silver all the time, and it caused a lot of people to make sprite series of their own. Another one would have to be Sybil, aka Midnight Prime, who was originally BFG Prime, then Burning Rose Gundam, then Sonic Guyan Studios, but now she closed that account, but now she goes by the Midnight Prime. Her Sonic Guyan series was pretty good. I just didn't understand the whole concept of the love relationship thing, but that's just me. But her sprite animations were really good, and that influenced me to become a spriter. Who influenced me to create Chief Shadow the Hedgehog has to go to 3 people. Sybil, Clay, and Kira. Yeah. I was bored one day and I saw people making their fan characters, and their avatar characters, so I decided to make one myself, so yeah, that answers your question. Alright, the last one comes from Kadeem1023. Do you like chocolate? If so, what is your favorite chocolate? Actually, I do like chocolate, but my favorite would have to be the regular chocolate, so yeah. 2. What do you think of Jak and Daxter The Lost Frontier, and was it better than the other Jak and Daxter games? I thought that game was really, really awesome. I really liked the game. It was very good, but I don't consider it better than the other Jak and Daxter games. I would consider it as good as the other Jak and Daxter games. So, yeah, I can't tell which one is the best Jak and Daxter game in my opinion, so sorry. And last one. Who was the first friend you ever made here on YouTube? Well, believe it or not, it was Jess the Fox, aka X Jess the Fox X. Yes, she was the first friend that I met on YouTube. She was the first one that posted a comment on my channel. And she and I are now very good friends, more like best friends. So, yeah, she's one of my best friends here on YouTube. So, the answer is Jess the Fox, okay? Alright then, that's it from the Q&A special. Now, I'm going to review a part 3, and this part is going to be a surprise. So, stay tuned for that, and I will reveal the final part.